Hey guys, it's 681 Shadow. Welcome to our Boku no Hero Academia episode 24 review. Now, if you haven't seen the episode, then definitely go watch it. There's a link in the description below. Definitely go watch it because a lot happened this episode, and it's really crazy. So, to get right into it, um, we started off the episode with like the aftermath of Todoroki versus Midoriya. Todoroki sees Todoroki's walking off the stage and he sees Endeavor, and it's funny because Endeavor kind of mocks him. He's like you're in my way. You're not gonna and he's like you're not gonna say that. And then Todoroki says that in the moment when he used his fire, he just completely forgot about Endeavor and like his whole desire, and he needs time to think. So that's really interesting because it's not like it's just like he completely in that moment he completely forgot about everything he's been fighting against and what he's been fighting for. He just wanted to go full power against Midoriya. So that was really cool. And then this episode was littered with a bunch of fights, which it was they were all pretty good fights, but in between some of the fights there was some interesting stuff that happened. So the first fight we had was Shiozaki, which is the girl with the vines, versus Lita. And Lita, being the gentleman that he is, he uses his speed to rush behind her and just gently push her out of bounds. So Lita's able to advance to the semifinals where he's going to face Todoroki. And then uh, and then we have Ashido versus Tokoyami, and Tokoyami easily wins with Dark Shadow, seeing as his first two opponents were unable to really do anything about Dark Shadow, just showing how it's a really powerful quirk. I really like how they're showing just more than the main few characters. Like they've shown a lot with Midoriya, Bakugo, now Todoroki, Uraraka, and what's his name, Lita. So I like how they're showing other characters now. Like they showed us Kirishima, Tetsu. They've shown us Tokoyami now. I really liked how much spotlight they've been giving Todoroki because we just knew he was really strong in season one, but now because he's getting all this development because of his relationship with Endeavor, that's just adding way more layers to his character, which is really cool. But then we have Kirishima versus Bakugo, where it looks like Kirishima has the lead right now, but Bakugo got past the point of Kirishima's endurance, so he was able to overpower Kirishima and immobilize him. But what was funny about this match, and I was actually laughing so hard when this happened, while Kirishima's fighting Bakugo, freaking Tetsu is cheering for Kirishima, and it was actually the most hilarious thing. It was really great. It was really great. But Bakugo ended up winning the match against Hiroshima, so he will be going on to face Tokoyami in the semis. But in between the quarterfinals and the semifinals, we have a scene of Midoriya talking to All Might, like Midoriya is feeling down. He was like, "You should have picked someone else to be your successor." And All Might like does admit that like if he was to give his power to someone like Todoroki, then he would become like a superhero because the physical strength that One for All gives, as well as Todoroki's own quirk, would make him extremely powerful. But All Might says something that was really surprising. All Might was quirkless, meaning that he was exactly like Midoriya. He didn't have a quirk, and then the most recent person with One for All passed the quirk down to him. So I feel like that's really cool, cause All Might he knows what Midoriya is going through. Someone who's quirkless who wants to be a hero, and he gets this quirk, but he has to learn how to control it. So it's kind of like All Might's teaching Midoriya to be like him, which you kind of gotten glimpses of when All Might said at the beginning of the season that you will you will save people with a smile and say I am here and things like that. So that was really surprising. But then we get into the semis where Todoroki faces off against Lita. Lita gets really close to beating Todoroki, but Todoroki being very sneaky, he he froze one of Lita's engines, so he wasn't able to move at his he wasn't able to move fast. So and Todoroki proceeded to just freeze him, so it would immobilize him. So Todoroki was able to advance to the final round, which was pretty expected if I'm being honest. But it would have been cool if there was an upset there. But um, going on to the other match with Tokoyami versus Bakugo, um, it's a very tough match for Tokoyami because Bakugo's explosions do create light, which is the weakness of Dark Shadow, and Bakugo is able to figure that out with due time. So he makes like a big like smoke screen with he calls it a stun gun with his explosion, like a I forgot what it was called. I think it was like stun blast or something like that, or actually no, stun grenade. But he used that and he made a bunch of smoke, and then he just pinned Tokoyami down, and Tokoyami surrendered because he knew there was nothing he could do. So the final round of the tournament will be between Todoroki and Bakugo, which is going to be a really cool fight. I feel like that's going to be a great fight. Um, but after the fight, Lita gets a call from his mother about his brother because earlier in the episode he tried to call his brother and but his brother was on a mission. He wasn't picking up. Um, so his mom called him, and he thought his mom was calling him because he lost and she saw on TV, but it wasn't that. She called because she said a villain got his brother, and not just got. It showed that this villain, who we see him being referred to as Hero Killer Stain, he actually killed Tensei, which is Lita's brother, which is crazy. And I didn't expect to see this gory in the show, if I'm being honest. But I think it's really good to kind of show the next I feel like because he's going to be the next antagonist. That's what at least my prediction. Since I haven't read the manga yet. I feel like this is a really cool way of showing how he's going to be. I feel like how they're gonna like lead up to the next arc where they're probably gonna fight him, which I feel like it's gonna be really good, considering that he has a really cool sword. He just like killed Tensei, and at the end of the episode, he meets Kurogiri, the guy with the portals, and they say they have the same mind. So I feel like the Hero Killer Stain is gonna work together with Kurogiri and the other guy. I forgot his name, but the people with the League of Villains. So that was really all for this episode. That was a really insane episode. It definitely just had me shook. But next week we see Todoroki versus Bakugo, which is the title of the episode. So I feel like it's gonna take up most, if not all, of the episode. And it really, based on the next episode preview, it looks like a really good fight. So that's gonna be the end of this review. Thank you all for watching. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you all next time.